Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. X square negative 8x negative 3 positive y square negative 6y equals to k square. The graph of the equation above in the xy plane is a circle where k is a positive real number. If the radius of the circle is 8, what is the value of k? Okay, now let me consider the equation of a circle in general form, that is x square positive y square positive 2gx positive 2fy positive c equals to 0. When the equation for circle is given in general form like this, so there is a formula to get the center and radius. The formula to get the center is negative g comma negative f. We can get the values of this g and f from the coefficient of x and coefficient of y. And there is a formula for radius of the circle. So that is square root of g square positive f square negative c. Okay, here this formula is not required. I mean, the formula for center is not required because here we have information about the radius. Just for information, I have given this formula. Now, let's write the given equation of circle exactly in this form so that we'll be able to get the values of g, f, and c. And we can use the information we have over here and get the value of the constant k. Okay, let me write it. X square positive y square. We can write negative 8x and negative 6y. And we can write this constant negative 3 at last. When I consider the equation for circle in general form, we have over here on the right side we have 0. In the given equation we have k square on the right side. Okay, to get rid of this k square on the right side and make the right side as 0, we have to subtract k square from both sides. Then we get a negative k square. On the right side we have 0. Okay, now the given equation of circle is exactly in this form. Now let's consider the coefficient of x over here, that is 2g. In this equation, what is the coefficient of x? That is negative 8. Then the value of 2g is negative 8. Let's consider the coefficient of y over here, that is 2f. The coefficient of y in the given equation is negative 6. Okay, so 2f equals to negative 6. Here c is a constant term. So here negative 3 negative k square is a constant term. So c equals to negative 3 negative k square. Now we can solve for g and f in these two equations. Okay, now let me divide both sides of this equation by 2. Then this 2 will cancel out. I'm getting g equals to negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Okay, now let me divide both sides of this equation by 2. Then this 2 will cancel out. F equals to negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Okay, here we have the value of g, f. Already we have value for c in terms of k. Okay, now let's consider this particular piece of information. That is the radius of the circle is 8. So that is the radius equals to 8. And here for this radius, we can use a formula over here. That is square root of g square positive f square negative c equals to 8. Okay, here to get of the square root, we can square both sides of this equation. Okay, then this square root and square will cancel out. I am getting g square positive f square negative c equals to the value of 8 square on the right side is 64. Now we can plug in values for this g, f, and c over here. And we got that g equals to negative 4. So we can plug in negative 4 for g, that is negative 4 the whole square. And for f, we have negative 3. Then we get negative 3 the whole square. Negative, and for c we have negative 3 negative k square. Let me plug in negative 3 negative k square equals to 64. Okay, the value of this negative for the whole square is 16 and the value of this one is 9. Now we can distribute this negative sign to this one and this one. Then I'm getting positive 3 positive k square equals to 64. When I combine this positive 16 positive 9 and positive 3, I'm getting positive 28 positive k square equals to 64. Okay, now let me subtract 28 from both sides of this equation. When I do so, this 28 negative 28 will cancel out. I am getting k square equals to 64 negative 28 is 36. Okay, here to solve for k in this equation, k square equals to 36, we have to get rid of this exponent 2. For that, we have to take square root on both sides of this equation. Here, the square root and square will cancel out. When we take square root on both sides of an equation, for this square root, we have to consider positive or negative sign. Okay, here we have k on the left side. On the right side, we have positive or negative. Square root of 36 is just 6. Okay, here we get two values for k. One is k equals to positive 6 and another one is k equals to negative 6. But the question says k is a positive real number. Since k is a positive real number, we can reject the negative value of k. That is k equals to negative 6 can be rejected. Therefore, the value of the constant k is a positive 6.